Hey everybody, it's your pal Mike Zombie, and this week we're going to talk about Dorm of the Dead from 2012, a film that has a very deservedly 1.9 star rating out of 10. Oh, mama. All right. Hate to start on such a note, but this is your college campus type of film. You know what you're getting when you jump in lately with these independent horror films or zombie films. It's a story about a kid brother who's 15 who ends up showing up at his older brother's college dorm room because he's supposed to stay with him for the weekend. And these two don't get along. Now, the older brother is, of course, hungover, trying to get his shit together because all he's really there for is to party. The younger brother actually is much more level-headed, even at 15, seems to have a better grasp on reality and just responsibility than his older brother. I wrote a whole bunch of notes. I was watching this. Oh, boy. But the actors in this film seemed as if they were reciting their lines for the first time. They seemed very uncomfortable. My first note was, this dialogue is so shitty. Is this improv? Also, the resolution was really poor. It was a lot of just handheld video camera action. So my second note was, holy shit, was this filmed on VHS-C? I don't know. It's the story of a zombie outbreak that happens at a college campus. They really try to harness Adobe After Effects to make all kinds of things. Several of the buildings on campus are on fire. What bugged me about this, it seemed to have absolutely no direction whatsoever as a group of survivors run from one building back to another, back to a building, back to another, to a library, to a TV station, back to the first building. And the action never goes anywhere outside of this campus. And that's good, I guess. But no one seemed to know what they were doing. Now, they kept trying to interject Clerk's witty dialogue. They tried to really harness the banter between Randall and Dante. Not as well, though. And, of course, they were also waxing on nerd things, just like that. And to me, it really, really stuck out. There was one genuinely funny part that made me actually really laugh out loud, kind of loud. So, since that is a plus for this film, I'll be happy to tell you about it. This half-drunken brother is running to his first lecture of the day, and he's late. Now, it's Monday after spring break, so half of the campus isn't even back. Everybody's either sick or hungover or whatever. And probably, according to the way the classroom seems, he's at least 15 to 20 minutes late walking into the lecture. And as he comes in one door, the professor looks up and says, all right, well, no, good, at least we have one more, because there only appears to be like 6 people in the class. And if you've been inside these auditoriums, you know, of course, you come in one door, you hang a right or a left, depending on what side of the auditorium you're on, and you kind of move to the middle of the seating and try not to be seen. Well, he walks down like 4 rows, makes a right, and starts walking. And he says, all right, folks, well, since the 6 of you are here, it's important because we have a test. And our anti-hero just keeps on walking to the end of the aisle, turns right, goes up out the other door. And I fucking laughed really hard. I was like, okay, if I'm not going to get a real good zombie movie, I got one honest laugh. He was like, sorry, I'm late. All right, fuck this, I'm gone. And just walked right on through. It was really funny the way they played it out. Best moment of the film. Best moment. But it's a cast of people we really don't care about because they're either so teenagerish that they're unrelatable, so caught up in using catchphrases that it's tough to break through and find what we like about these people. I think I identified closest with the nerds, but they were trying so hard to be knowledgeable nerds that it wasn't fun. Okay, back to my notes. Oh, not to be missed, in one of the runs across the college campus, they ran into a bunch of zombies having a kegger, which was interesting. They got the keg out, they're dancing to some crappy rave music, and I don't know, it just seemed really, really on the dumb side. My other gripe was that they like to recycle their zombie sounds, and it sounded like they had some zombie girl who kept saying, la la, la la, and it was like a higher pitched, and they kept repeating that. You just kept hearing, la la, la la, and it was so stupid of a sound, it was really distracting. But they run back and forth for 120 minutes, and over the course of this film, the brothers are going to get closer because they couldn't be any further apart. The friends that busted up because they went different ways because they were scared and trying to find a safe spot, they end up meeting in the end. We lose one of our heroes along the way. I don't know. This was a really, really poor effort at a zombie film. I don't know. One thing I will say, because I definitely have to find something positive to say about this film, is they did a decent job of constantly trying to pick up the pace. It was obvious they knew, hey man, we've got 120 minutes to fill. if your really good zombie film is only 45 minutes long, fuck it, make a good 45-minute zombie film. I will be entertained, and I'll talk about, hey, man, they crammed a lot of good shit in 45 minutes. And I wasn't stuck for half the day watching a movie. But you shouldn't try to create filler. And if you are going to create filler, it shouldn't be so useless that nobody cares or it doesn't relate to the story. And this group of people spent a lot of time insulting each other, putting themselves in stupid situations, and running directions saying we have to be here with no plan as to why we would go or what we would do once we got there. And also, if you're going to rely a lot on After Effects and you're not professionally used to making special effects for film, use it real sparingly. And that's all right. You know, for a couple of kids putting together a film, which I'm really thinking this was just a couple of kids in college goofing around with a regular digital camera, like a mini DV cam, then fine. But anything other than that, this movie is no bueno. So, on the Berdinsky rating scale of buy it, borrow it, or don't bother, honestly, for me, this film is a don't bother at all. All right. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. All right, bye.